So we're back. Um, I did a lot of things. A lot of things. At first, all I was doing at first was just rebuilding my farms. So they're the same setup, they're just oriented differently. So I can make room for life and livestock. And then I was just working on things, just gathering more resources, letting things run through the mill. Uh, Everywhere I look, there's something new. Um, Fixed up the mob grinder. It's doing its best. I'm storing all the XP in this obelisk. I went and raided another foundry place. I built up the foundry quite a bit. I'm kind of automating steel through it. Can give an example. Steel when put it, or steel, iron when put into the foundry will obviously turn into iron, but it will also give steel as a byproduct. If it ever melts. I also, okay, so I automated the blazing blood. I have a spawner in here with some, I don't know if the fans do anything, but they spawn and they die because it's a foundry and it has heat. And they drop blazing blood every time they get hurt. So that is not only filling itself up in my own fuel source here, it's filling up, it destroyed the floor, this huge buffer, and then also filling that. So, look at that, we got steel and iron. Steel is being auto cast into here, and all the iron is being auto cast into here. And then put into here. It'll eventually be put somewhere, but... Well, again, so I did a TikTok live stream just because I was bored, and I'm like, oh, let me try it out. And I was just kind of chilling on there for a while, working on things. I dug out most of the basement, except for the part that's all dust still. The floor is all dust over there, so there's no real point. And then obviously I got quite started with AE. So if I can find the VOD, I don't know if TikTok does that. I'll try to upload it first anyway. But I streamed for like 4 hours and just did stuff. I made, let me check my pad here. I did most of the quests. A lot of them are just stupid, like food pyramid. I made freaking mom spaghetti and some other stuff. I made like 2 things for this. I think I did everything for this. So now I have technological revolution. So I've got a couple things still. So I will do those, but I was just kind of doing upgrades, you know? I moved over since they disabled the drawers, or they say they're going to be disabled. Dysfunctional storage depreciating will eventually be removed, so you don't want to store all your shit and then have it removed. Made a bunch of barrels, which can hold a good chunk. They hold 2 million each. So everything I'm working on getting that done and fixing this up and stuff and getting it all stored over here still. It's tedious and I don't want to do it. But that's getting going. Which they are all linked to a storage controller. You can see with my wand. I sort of changed these around. I just moved the barrels up and gave this also an extraction. So I could store more if I ever need these items. They can hold a good 130,000. It's enough. And obviously, excuse me. And then obviously I did AE. Yeah, I did a lot of AE work. Which I had the original setup, and I decided to move it over here, which still connected to the item vaults, and I made a second one. So it's storing everything in here, and then when this one's full, it will store stuff in this one, which should take a long time. Uh, so yeah, I got all my inscribers set up with pattern providers. Got these ones set up, which are the actual processors. These ones just cut them. So I have auto crafting, molecular assemblers. Starting to do the wireless thing, and I just stopped. I made 10 backups of myself. I learned how the water, the thing I've been talking about since like the beginning, the water condensator. I literally just figured out this worked like an hour ago. Um, it just uses 2 source blocks on each side, and they don't get consumed. It made 16,000 millibuckets in like a second. I don't know. But if I use these mechanicals, water, front, push. Probably drains some power, but it generates water fast. I mean, that's a bucket a tick at least. That's, I think, yeah. Not that we need this. The other thing I set up in between, this wasn't even on a stream, this was just myself, was the ore mining laser. So that's an industrial foregoing thing. I also made the fluid one, which I'm going to set up too, but I figured I should probably record some of this. I don't know if anybody even watches these videos, but hey. The ore laser base basically mines the air. I don't know how it works exactly, but you use this base and you surround it with these laser drills, and they kind of, as you can see, they feed into it. It's mining, and it's collecting things. Now, I'm going to void most of this. The only thing I think I'm going to keep is coal and uranium. Everything else we're getting from the other place. Nothing else seems very useful. Maybe fluorite, but that's for like mechanism, advanced mechanism stuff. Not advanced, but like, maybe we'll keep it. We'll throw in a drawer or something. Yeah, we can make uranium hexafluoride. That's for fissile fuel, which we don't have mechanism reactors, so there's no point. So yeah, I don't know. We can save that too because we're not getting it from sifting, so be worth saving, I suppose. But the uranium, I'm gonna run through a process to multiply it, so I can run the reactor at a higher level. And the coal will be fed into this. Yeah, this one. Why is this not working? Oh, because we don't have oil. But that's another thing I'm gonna do. So, what I'll do, I'm gonna try something different this time. I'm gonna record one long video and just chop it up myself. Usually I stop and go and stop and go. But we'll see. And every times I catch myself just not speaking, I will cut it out. Why is this out of power? Hey, 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 hey. What have we done? Fuel's full, it's just not making enough. Okay, well, luckily we're kind of working on this, so. 30%. I mean, I literally just filled up my... It's like struggling, it's like right on the edge. It needs to go a little bit more. Oh, I was using the wrong thing. Shoot. That should, thought that would be enough. 8.7 thousand. Well, we can shut this off for now. We don't need this connecting. It's probably burning a lot of electricity. Let it rip through the power it has. Yeah, that's burning a lot. Which is fair. I mean, it's doing a lot. I have a ton of these upgrades in it. So I could completely understand that it is. Yeah, that's kind of our power problem. Okay. That's totally fine because we are working on a solution to that. which I may need to find another nuclear place, because I definitely want to do the plutonium. But I'll need another controller, so we can actually retract these rods again. 1 to 40. Again, I don't remember how much I did on the last video. But I made a manual cleaver. Added a bunch of things. I added luckier, which is just looting. I added my wings to my chest plate, so I can do it anytime. I don't have to swap. I updated the pack as well. It seems to have fixed my regeneration problem. I was having a problem where I just could not regen. So I think there was just a bug somewhere. Okay, building back up. Okay. Well, we've talked enough about that. Let's get going on the pressing issue. We're making more uranium. So, not the easiest process, but it's a process I'm willing to do. So you can get this chemical injector, which I mean, there's really a longer process. Like a much longer process. I just don't think it's viable. Is it? You can take this, send it into the chemical dissolution with sulfuric acid, but now you need sulfuric trioxide, sulfur dioxide. Do we have unlimited sulfur? I mean, not unlimited, but okay, like I said, I think this is what I'll do. I'll use a chemical injection chamber, so let's favorite this. And then put it through a purification chamber. And then put it through a crusher. Through an enrichment chamber. And then we smelt it. It's a 4-step process, but of course. Okay, let's make a handful of these. So we're actually gonna need 2 of these. Make a injection chamber to do that. We're gonna need this. Man, I have created a mess. I made a purification. No, I need an enrichment. So how about we just don't? It's my block for right now. Oh, we're gonna need a couple. This will make alloys and my enrichment chamber. The diamonds. In order to, I need to set up my crushing wheels again is what I need to do. Do I have a means there? Why? What? Do you not crush it in here? Oh, you have to put it through something else. Let's see. Yeah, enrichment first. Should give me enough to get a head start anyway. What am I doing? Oh. Yeah, so we'll take 16 of this. However much that'll do. Probably not that much. Actually, probably don't need multiple right now. Should just burn through this. I'm gonna need to calculate this. Maybe 10. So it's 40 millibuckets. Not even close to it, no. That's how much we're getting. That's all we get. But that's alright. That should probably be enough for what we need. I don't even remember what we're doing. Just gotta be careful. Alright, I was trying to make chemical injection chamber. Them. Okay. Then crusher we get. That should be it. So chemical injection. Then we have a purification. Then we need another crusher. So I only made 50 of them. Crusher into another enrichment chamber. Alright, sweet. Make a tiny little factory down here. Which will maybe put it right here. It doesn't really matter. The first step is chemical injection. Which I also have to use my AE system for this. So let's just say back extra. The bottom power is always input, so it doesn't matter. Then a purification chamber. Pressure. Enrichment. Boom. Bap. Well, look at that. We've already got some sort of an incognito thing here. Okay. So, first of all, auto eject, output to the right, output to the right, output to the right, output to the right. Right list, extract. Okay. Now this is holding uranium. What we're gonna need now is to go back to my AE, wherever my elevators are. Gonna need to hook up export buses. We're gonna need at least 2. And we'll need cables. So we can make it work. Come on, the mixed match colors. So you need items and you need items. Boom. Alright. Now the first step is what? Chemical injection. We need salt. So we were gonna add half of our speed upgrade. And do salt. Should work. Oh yeah. Now we have a lot of salt. This is just gonna take a minute to buffer through. Worried about that. I think we have enough anyway. Can I do salt blocks? No, has to be raw salt. We are kind of burning through it, but I think it's again, it's because we have a big buffer to go through. But now this should start filling up with shards, which needs oxygen, which was flint. We have a ton of flint. That will purify, that will crush, and that will enrich. We've effectively turned 3 uranium into 8. Alright, that's pretty good. Now we'll need to add upgrades and stuff to make it faster and efficient. There is another option, and I may do it now that I have access to water. You can get sodium and oxygen probably from this process. It's brining. Not sodium. No, it is sodium. What the frick is in that thing? Hydrogen chloride. Alright, y'all. Big boost. So this is only working as fast as this can import. Okay. That's alright. Hopefully this whole thing isn't ripping our power. We're gonna like run out of flint. Okay, so maybe we do have to make it. Which we may have to do that like right under here or something. What does this need? But now that we have an unlimited water source, I'm not too, hopefully not tripping about it too much. Hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen, chlorine. Okay. That shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, okay. We can do that, probably. We'll just need my... Alright, let's ditch some of this stuff for now. Put it in here. I might need it. Need some thermal evaporations. We just need to make one now. We don't need to make multiple tap. Oh, to generate heat too. But that's okay. That's fairly fairly cheap. So we got plenty of this. Make a stack, 2 stacks. Controller, we only need 1. The valves though, that's 3 at the most. I just did this in all the mods 10. No wait, I just edited that video, so yeah. But it seems so familiar. Okay, we're gonna need that, and we're gonna need this new guy. Come on, fella. Works like an extruder, I guess. Took me a while to figure it out. I had to look it up. As of right now, no quest for it. Alright, should we make a power? Power. Making liquids. Alright. I don't know how much this power rips, but doesn't seem to. Need some pressurized pipes, but from mechanism, not. Make a stack. We have 1 ally left. Give me. This should be enough anyway. Yeah, this thing's cooked. That's so crazy. Alright, let's make a tower. A small tower. All the size it has to be. And the bottom. Which means I can build it into the floor. But the controller... Yeah, it's already a valid block. but I want it a little bit bigger. Do that. Then we need to put a valve right here. Let's say on here. Need another one right here. I forget 40 FE a tick. Let's do like 250. There's like a minimum amount you can do. Also really picky. It only accepts power from certain sides, which most mechanism machines are like, no, every side's cool. This should be getting warmer. Should be piping fluids. Here, cooking up brine. So it's not a perfect, water generator, but if I have multiple of them, and having one is a great start. I just need to make these, which is pretty annoying, but now the fun part. We have to take the brine. It's a liquid brine. Separate it. We also need hydrogen, which we can get from, yes, separating water. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to avoid the mechanism. Never escape. I just need every freaking piece of alloy in the world. Let me get some more. Uh, yeah, 2 of them. That'll run very slowly, but alright. Now, take our gaseous brine. Also, gonna need to set up another. Matter of fact, I'd rather have them right next to. This I'm gonna have to set up at previous, just so we things. All right. For gas, you'll take input. You guys will gas output. Ooh, don't output nothing yet. Okay. I need you to separate brine. Brine. And we get upgrades for them too. Okay. Now we open up the floodgate here. What's crazy is this just filled with water and it's going to take a lot longer to fill up. It will probably never be satiated. Well, something's got to fill up anyway. But we're going to dump the excess sodium. Now we've got to take the chlorine and it. Right. I was mistaken here. This, well, sort of. chlorine into a chemical infuser. Okay, we gotta make that. Another separator, which will... We're actually gonna use both of this. And need power again. Why is there just a hold on? Okay. We're dumping the excess of that. The chlorine, which is a gas, right? I think so. It's hydrogen, right? I want to use. Yeah, so gas at the front, output 1. Hydrogen. Gas. Put 2. You're outputting, but why aren't you? Oh, I pulled the wrong one. Gas, output 2. I might have done it on accident. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that will make hydrogen chloride. Hopefully once there's a big buffer, it won't matter as much. But now, you need oxygen. Gas, left side. That's what I need to do. Should be good. I mean, this may be enough just to run this setup anyway. Assuming I can keep up with this brine, it's actually producing a surplus, which is kind of what you want right now. And we're not going to be, you know, bringing in 1 billion uranium. This will eventually back up. It's not like bringing in, sorry, 50 billion per second. So what did I have there? Like 3 machines? Make 12, see what happens. Yeah, and this should all fill up at some point. Yeah, the oxygen is really struggling. Oh, that's because most... Huh. The hydrogen chloride is building up like crazy, so that's good. We still have a lot to process here, so once this is done, the oxygen should build up as well. There we go. We have made a lot of you. Oh, we have one more step. Smelted. I forgot. Oh. Oh, we could set up the inner chest. Huh? Did I just pull the dust right out of there? Oh, how about steel dust? How are we looking on that? Because I'm gonna need some muffle upgrades. We got a lot going on here. Oh yeah, we drained the brine. But again, that's probably just running through this buffer. Which means I don't need these. I didn't know it burned that much, so I thought this would be a good idea. Yeah, the oxygen's still going through it. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, we're gonna definitely build another water condensator. That's... Again, it'll all fill up eventually. Because we're not generating that much uranium. Ugh, tired. Oh yeah, we got enough. Oh, we already have 4. We got 8 machines. We have enough for that? I made too many. We have burnt through our power running all these machines. In the search of power, we've run out of power. Okay. Don't worry, don't worry. More fuel, more power. I think. Turn that on. This guy's at. All 4 to 40%. Pushing out almost 10K. What if there's a difference? It's pushing out 11K. That's not enough. Tell me these little shits down here. They're not even running constantly, but these ones. Yeah, if you let this run, it's using 10,000? Hell nah. That's the big problem right there. So I was just doing some extra work and stuff, so I'm just gonna put this clip in. I was complaining, I think, that this was just sucking power like crazy. It turns out I didn't know there was gas upgrades. I've never used them. Usually when I've used machinery like this, it doesn't matter. I have an infinite supply of things, like in all the mods or something. So yes, use the gas upgrades. Make it a lot better. We're using 2,000, 3,000. Wow, these need more energy upgrades. Hella energy, actually. And we're out of food. This is just the greatest combo. Whole stack, just give me all of them. Not only do these add more energy, they make it more efficient. Forget about that. Those are upgraded. Yeah, eventually it will just create a backlog. Oh, I was getting scared there with power. I mean, yeah, we need to up it still. Which was like a battery. I'm sure there's something in here. I mean, there's ultimate energy cubes. They hold a lot. Which I might be able to make. Where's mine? Somewhere. That also means any. So that's making uranium clumps. Do I still have my E? Oh. There's probably too much RF right now, so let's Alt Shift right down to 30%. Which with all these in here now, with 5 fuel rods. There, hopefully that's still enough for the time. We're gonna destroy the processing plant down here, which will be recycled. I'll probably use these for my main mechanism factory. And let that rip. Should be the one for mine. Go. We'll start building up clumps in here, but that's connected to AE. What we'll do, any extra clumps that come out of there, what should we do? What do we do with the clumps? They get crushed, right? Yes. We'll hook them up to the crusher. Back as input. Do uranium clump. And any extras will get sent in here. kind of want to upgrade our power stores. I think I should have enough. Buffer. Oof, maybe not. Hopefully I don't need that alloy anymore. But that's a 66 million buffer. I actually did need that alloy. Alright. I'm gonna put the other one right next to this one. The fluid one, which is just gonna be literally just getting oil. And I will send it over there. Send it into these. That's where it has to go. Also, just do this. So these are ender chests. You can hook them up with dyes. So I have it all green for uranium. And they'll share an inventory with each other. You can have like a billion different combinations. That's what I have this one set to down here. Uranium one. So it will only go into this chest. Ugh, sorry. So, and then I put a hopper upgrade in here. Just pulls from the hopper without a hopper. And then we're good to go. Unlimited uranium. Not unlimited, but wish I knew how much these used per tick. Oh, usage 1,000. These are actually pulling about 12,000. Oof. Yeah, we're gonna need to maybe beef it up a little more. We'll see. We'll see. We're gonna have to run some tests. Let's say I pull them all the way out. What are we looking at? 11K. This is why I'm saying I might need a bigger plant. I think plutonium is just better. But what we want to see is that number go up and not down. Can I go down once or twice? I understand that completely. There's the, so must just hit 3 in the thing. I don't know if we're gonna be net positive here actually. Well, we are positive, but just barely. 1289. It's gonna burn one, but as soon as it mines 3 ore, it should go up by 8. So even if it uses 5 in the time it takes to make 9. Well, it just got 1 because it made from my pressure over there. Yeah, use another one. Say what, I'll run a test. This is taking too long. 1,288. Oxygen again? God, I'm gonna have to make another one of these. Ridiculous. If I can. If I can make another one, it should solve pretty much all the problems. Okay, some more glass. My inventory's just full of garbage. Should solve all my problems, hopefully. I do still have a reservoir of water. Keep this around. For now. Mm. We don't have enough crafting seeds. Okay. We have enough to make 3 of them, so that works. Oh, it's got to run through this for a little while. So we're at a net negative at the moment. At the moment. And that's just because of the water. Do I still have the copycats on me? I don't, so we'll do temporary. You, my friend. Very expensive thing to have. Tell you what. And you need power. How much is this pulling, by the way? Everything's like 1,000. 1,000 bajillion. Well, the buffer's filled up. That's always good. All right. Huh. Actually kind of slow. Compared to what we've seen in the other one. But that makes sense. We'll get the upgrades. I'll get them. Oh, I see. But we also can't let it run freely. Because if you dump excess, this thing is pushing 10,000 FE. Which we're just going to have to let it dump for right now. Oh. Yeah, now that's going to actually start. This is what I would like to see, my man. I think I almost have to set up a second one of these just for the oxygen. Or just for the hydrogen. Which would suck. But yeah, at the moment I just can't afford to have that do that. Yeah, let it process through its thing. And we'll see how we're doing. Yeah, we just processed a bunch of that, so that's gonna go up. We can run my current reactor at max, or not. What's happening to the power? Gotta move that thing. Why are you running at 10,000? So now that they're both full, everything is full. When it's needed, will it go off? Well, at the moment, we know what the problem is if we run out of power. Well, that's quite a bit of progress for today. In a recording anyway. I did a lot of off-screen work, as I explained in the beginning. But I'll try to record the rest. And what I should have done was when I live streamed it, I should have recorded it as well. I'm not sure if I can pull the VOD. If I can, I will. Can't, I'm sorry. Like I was saying, goodbye. Have a good one. See you in the next one.